Alright, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making another monthly pickups video, just like always, and don't have a whole lot of stuff, but a couple of cool things that I've been kind of wanting to get for a while. Next month I actually do have Retro GameCon Junior on the 11th, I believe, so I will be making like a separate video showing what I get from that. But this month I've been kind of just saving up for that show, so I haven't really been buying a whole lot. But I still got a couple cool things. First of all, this one I just got because I thought it was kind of funny. Garfield Caught in the Act for the Game Gear. I only have like one Game Gear game, so it was like $2. I'm just like, whatever, I'll grab it. It cannot be good, but I don't really care. I also got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Fighting Edition. I know absolutely nothing about this game, but this is another situation where it was just really cheap. I just realized I accidentally left a fan on for a couple seconds, so sorry about that in the beginning of this video. Next up, I got World Heroes. Most of these I know nothing about, but I basically pick up any Super Nintendo game I find for like under $5. So this one I do know about, and I've actually been kind of wanting to get it for a while, and it's Illusion of Gaia. I've heard this is actually pretty good. I think it's an action RPG. I just never had it, so it's not like it's worth a whole lot, but still. Just thought I'd grab that. And then Pitfall the Mayan Adventure. Probably one of the most common games for these systems, but I've also heard it's not bad, so grab that too. I also got a couple NES games here that I found at like an antique place. First up, I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Comes in a little sleeve. It's not an original Nintendo one, but it's still a sleeve. It's a little dirty, so I do definitely need to wipe it down, but there's that. And then from the same place, I also got Bubble Bobble. It's a little yellowed, but still. Game that I didn't have yet. Kind of a similar situation. If it's cheap enough, I'll just get it. Now, I got a few more modern games here. So, Dark Souls 2. I've been actually trying to play through all of the Dark Souls games. Right now, I think all I have left is Elden Ring and Sekiro. So, I bought this originally because I didn't have it and I wanted to play through it. Not that terrible of a game, honestly. I know a lot of people hate on Dark Souls 2. It is probably the weakest one in my opinion, but it's really not that bad. I also got Yooka-Laylee, which I actually really like this game. I never finished it, but I have it on a couple different platforms. I just didn't have a physical copy. Pretty cool, like Banjo-Kazooie type game. It came out a few years ago, and I know thoughts on it are kind of mixed, but I think it's pretty cool. And then I also got Tearaway Unfolded Crafted Edition. I don't really know a whole lot about the Tearaway games. I've just heard good things, so I grabbed that. I also got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Red Rescue Team was actually one of the first Game Boy Advance games I got, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of got this because I'm pretty sure that's what it's a remake of. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a remake of that game specifically. I played the demo that they put out when this originally released, and I did find it pretty fun, so thought might as well. And then I also got Juiced 2 for the PS3. Another one of those things, I've never played any of the games in the series, but I've heard really good things about them. Just as like a, early to mid 2000s racing game. Kind of in the same vein as like Need for Speed or Midnight Club, whatever. Next up, I believe all of this stuff I got from a collector's show that I went to. So right here I got Battletoads for the NES. It comes in like this, I think, official little carrying case. And it's also got the manual in there, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, no box, but whatever. I don't really care that much for NES games. I got this, which I actually grew up playing and is one of my favorite childhood games. I wouldn't say it's still one of my favorite games of all time, but it's one that I really liked growing up. And I never had it on PS3. I only had it on the Wii. So I thought I might as well get it. It was $6. I also got Jak and Daxter. I already had this game, but my copy was really destroyed. Like, the spine was completely gone. So I just thought I'd grab this one because it looks a little nicer. I think both of them that I have are red labels, but if not, I've been thinking about going for a full greatest hits set, so I can always put this towards it. I also got Outrun 2. Unfortunately, not Outrun 2006. That's the really, really expensive one. But Outrun, really fun game series. I think there's only 2, although there might have been another, I'm not sure. But they're both really fun. Then I also got Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I know it's not the best video game of all time, but I mean, I like Banjo-Kazooie. I've heard kind of mixed things about this game, but I've always kind of wanted to try it, so here we are. Yeah, Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc for the GameCube. I've not played this one yet, but I've played Rayman 2 and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the spine's a little destroyed, but that's mostly fixable. GameCube stuff, also, I pick up most of it that I see. And then, speaking of arcade racers, I got Burnout 2 Point of Impact. I have Burnout 1, I have Burnout Dominator, Revenge, 3, I have Paradise. I have most of the games except for this one, so I grabbed this. It's a black label too, so that's always nice. Always really liked the Burnout series. I grew up playing Paradise, but I mean, Burnout 3, Burnout Revenge, they're just amazing. I've never actually played 2, so I don't know if I'll like it or not. I know it's a little more toned down, but it has its fans. So these ones here are a little weird. I went to a Salvation Army, I believe, and they had like 2 whole shelves full of shovelware Wii U games. Or not quite shovelware, but like pretty common stuff. So the only one that I'd say is actually like worth getting was Rayman Legends here. I really like this game, and Origins is also pretty good. But I really like Rayman Legends, so I grabbed that. But then they also had these 4 Skylanders games, which I'm pretty sure are the only 4 that were released on Wii U. It's Imaginators, Superchargers, Giants, and Swap Force. Skylanders was also a game that I really enjoyed as a kid, but I've never played it on the Wii U, and I think I only played Spyro's Adventure. Oh, and I had Giants. So I thought I might as well get these. I have a bunch of the figures, because I pick them up every once in a while. So I could always play through all of these at some point. But yeah, these were maybe $20 for the whole stack, and it seemed worth it to me. Just especially because I do not see Wii U stuff in the wild much, so it was really surprising to go in there and see Wii U games. Alright, so now I got my 2 last games that I got. These were really surprising for me to find. The boxes aren't amazing, they're a little beat up, but I don't care. I still picked them up. So at that collector show, I asked a guy, I'm like, hey, do you have any video games? Because I didn't see any on his table. And he pointed over to his rack of VHS tapes. And he said, oh, I think I have a couple mixed in there. And I saw both of these, which is really crazy that this guy had 2 Jaguar games in the box. And obviously I didn't even see originally because, you know, they were mixed in with VHS tapes. I saw the cardboard boxes and thought that's what it was. But yeah, so Hover Strike and Power Drive Rally for the Jaguar, which aren't exactly expensive games, but they're not really cheap ones either. I think I paid $70 for both of them, and $35 each was pretty cheap compared to what these usually go for. Although, like I said, the boxes are a little beat up. But yeah, always like getting Jaguar games because I have almost none. And, you know, manuals are in there, the cartridges are in there, condition on all that stuff's fine. It's just the outer boxes are a little beat up. But yeah, Jaguar, one of my favorite consoles to collect for, even though, I mean, it's not the best console ever. But I just really like the boxes and stuff like that from it. And it's like a weird one that most people have never even seen before. So I just like that stuff. Alright, and I'm down to my final 2 things. These are both consoles. So first of all, I got this Game Boy Color. I think I paid like $25 for it because the start and select buttons don't work. But that should be a pretty easy fix. They probably just need to be like kind of cleaned off. So there we go. Everything else on it works perfectly. And I didn't have the grape color. I have, I think, just about every single color except for it, though. If I remember, I'll put up kind of a picture showing them all side by side. But yeah, so that's cool. And then this one's not really anything spectacular, but it's just something I've never had. I also picked up a Super Nintendo Junior. So this is basically just a revision of the Super Nintendo. Does not have RGB output, which is a little sad, but who cares? It does have better visual quality for composite and S-Video, just because it's a 1-chip, which I'm not going to get into all that, but basically this is like a later revision where it has better video quality and stuff like that. So it is a little sad that it doesn't have RGB out, but whatever. It's just kind of a smaller version of the Super Nintendo that I think came out after the N64 did, if I'm correct. But it's just a revision that I've never had. I have my normal Super Nintendo. That's just what I've always used. Just this was a decent price, and I thought it was worth picking up. But anyway, that's about it. The only other kind of interesting thing I got was a manual for Crash Bandicoot some guy gave me for free. So that's cool. But yeah, like I said, in about 2 weeks I'll have that Retro Game Con video come up, so be on the lookout for that. I've been saving up quite a bit for it, so I should be able to pick up some pretty neat stuff. It'll probably be a bit more interesting than this video. But anyway, with all that being said, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.